Unfortunately, I have no idea. Being a member of the ECOWAS Parliament and recently elected again to join my colleagues from other member states, we've not received any information as to when the Parliament will be convened for us to be inaugurated, which would mean the sixth Parliament will be inaugurated. That is rather unfortunate. We expect that by now we should have gotten some message or information from the leadership of the House. However, the Parliament was dissolved in Sierra Leone just about a month ago, and so there's a gap between when it was dissolved and the new. Unlike Ghana, where Parliament is dissolved 12 midnight, the following day a new Parliament takes over, so that there will not be any gap between the old and fifth legislature and the sixth legislature. As it stands now, we don't even know what's going on. I believe it is all about transition. The Supplementary Act and the rules of the House does not, explicitly talked about the transition. There's no transitional provision in our standing orders or rules of engagement, rules of procedures, as well as the Supplementary Act. And so it creates problem for us to know exactly when one ends and the other one takes over. We know that it's a turn of Togo to take over. And I believe that it is because Togo has not yet elected their members of Parliament. Because Togo, leadership of Parliament, that's the Speaker of the sixth legislature, should have come from Togo. Now, if the members have not been elected, who is going to take over as the Speaker? We need to look at that. And so I want to prefer an advice to the clerk, the acting general secretary, that seeing this lacuna or gap that exists now, and that for us not having any speaker currently, because the former speaker has handed over officially, he has finished his job. He gave his last speech in Sierra Leone. I want to plead with the commission, the president of the commission, as well as the general secretary, to come out with a modality to have a transitional leadership. The transitional leadership will be made up of the bureau of all the leaders. I mean, the leaders from the various nations, and then they can elect somebody to take over, or even elect whoever Togo, the current Togo people can decide that, well, one person should be the speaker in a time being, and after election, whoever the country elects. Otherwise, we'll continue to have this, and that will not augur well for us as a community. You cannot have a parliament that is dissolved, and the head of states or the various presidents will be doing their own thing, and parliament is in abeyance. Parliament is not doing anything. I don't think it is the best.
That ties in for me to ask, there was an ad hoc committee. So does it mean because the fifth legislature has been dissolved, you cannot do anything? And does the parliament need, let's say, rules of procedure? Should this be documented? As you gave the example of Ghana, there shouldn't be a lacuna, so that immediately one legislature ends, the other one takes over.
Yes, I think so, because there's no committee in existence now. All ad hoc committees ceases to be part of a new parliament, because there's no new parliament in the first place. We are waiting for the new parliament to be inaugurated, and then if there's a need for us to form ad hoc committees, just as we have during the mediation ad hoc committee that's supposed to go to Niger and so forth. If there's a need for us to organize it, then they'll reorganize it. But in the meantime, the standing orders or the procedures need to be, specific in terms of some of these things. As we have in Ghana, there cannot be any, gap between when you are supposed to meet the deadline and then when you are supposed to start a new parliament. It should not exist at all. There should not be a gap. Otherwise, one arm of government, which is the presidency and the commission, will be working, whilst the parliament will not be working. I don't think they have that when it comes to the judiciary, which is the ECOWAS Court of Justice. I don't think they have that problem at all. So why should we? The Parliament has it. Parliament should not have it at all.